Hello and welcome back, it's good to see you. Finally, we have a trailer for Thor Love and Thunder, breaking the record for the shortest time between trailer and movie release. I'll be talking more about that at the end of the video, so stay tuned. I'm not going to be breaking down the trailer shot by shot, that's Eric Voss's gig, and I'm not stepping on any toes there. I'm just here to geek out about the trailer, try and work out where parts of it might fit into the final movie, and have a bit of a moan. That's my thing. Now this is a teaser. We get about a minute of footage total and it tells us next to nothing. It's going to be a journey of self-rediscovery for Thor. It's going to be bright, it's going to be colourful, and it's going to be beautiful. Jane Foster's back as well, this time with Mjolnir as the mighty Thor. So let's talk about that first. Mjolnir is back. What? The last we saw of Mew Mew was in Thor Ragnarok when it got crushed to pieces by Hela before she got crushed to pieces by Surtur when he destroyed Asgard. I kinda wish Hela would crush me into pieces like that. Well, in the Mighty Thor comic run, Jane Foster is diagnosed with breast cancer and it's never quite fully explained as far as I'm aware, but basically she can wield Mjolnir. But there's a catch. Every time she does wield Mjolnir, despite it giving her the power of Thor, it also purges the chemotherapy drugs from her system. So every time she becomes Thor, it actually does more harm than good. I have a feeling Jane Foster is going to meet her demise in this movie, and this is one of the ways I can see them doing that. The other one is actually the other big thing from the trailer, but it's actually not in the trailer, which is what makes it a big deal. I'm talking about Gorr, the God Butcher, the big bad of this movie, played by the human chameleon, Christian Bale. Notably absent from this teaser, they seem to be keeping Gorr a closely guarded secret for now. I'll probably do a wee character breakdown video before Thor releases like I did for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier all those months ago, but basically, Gorr wields All Black, the Necro Sword, a big power weapon in the Marvel Universe, capable of killing Celestials, those big bastards from the Eternals. Once he acquires All Black, the Necro Sword, he makes a vow to kill all gods, hence the name, the God Butcher. Now you know. There's more to it than that, but I'll talk about it closer to the time. We don't need to worry about it right now, because we haven't even seen him yet. I've seen some comments on Reddit and Twitter suggesting that they might be holding off because Gorr will make his debut in one of the later episodes of Moon Knight, and while this is just comment section banter, it's not the most out there suggestion. There's a pantheon of Egyptian gods in Moon Knight just ripe for the killing, and that would make a pretty powerful introduction to the character. But they have been very open about Moon Knight not having any direct tie-ins to the MCU, so like with most things in Moon Knight, we'll have to wait and see. So those are the two big things from the trailer. I have to say, my experience was slightly soured by the song choice. I fucking hate Sweet Child of Mine. Always have. Doesn't make it a bad trailer, it just means that it was harder for me to enjoy. Looks great if you watch it on mute though. Some other notable little tidbits from the trailer. One of the first shots of the trailer is Thor running through a forest at various stages of his life, and teenage Thor is wearing a super comic book accurate outfit. This seems to be a phase 4 thing where they're getting the comic outfits on screen, even if it's only for a second, and I think that's really cool. We see Thor, still with his endgame chonkiness, working out in what looks like a cave with a huge skeleton. Don't know what the skeleton's about, but it looks like we're going to get an 80s style workout montage. The Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be in this movie, at least for a little bit, which makes sense given the last we saw Thor was with them at the end of Avengers Endgame. I think they're probably going to be around for maybe the first act, and then Thor and them will go their separate ways. There were some action figures leaked a couple of weeks ago which suggest that Star-Lord, Rocket and Groot might hang around for a little bit longer, and I feel like this is becoming a catchphrase, we'll have to wait and see. There's a shot 37 seconds in with Thor and Korg sporting some swanky new gear by the way, and I can't help but notice that the left hand side of the screen is noticeably empty. Marvel has a habit of cutting characters out of trailers to either hide a reveal or the scene's placement within the movie, so if I had to guess, this is probably going to be Jane Foster as the mighty Thor, or Star-Lord, Groot and Rocket as I mentioned earlier. Only time will tell. See, changing it up a little bit there. We get a very brief glimpse at Thor's new armour in the movie. That was actually leaked as part of that action figure run a couple of weeks ago as well, but that was toy box art, so it's nice to see how it translates to screen. It's very, very colourful and fitting with the vibrancy that we've seen of the movie so far. We get a couple of tease shots of Olympus and Zeus making his MCU debut, played by Russell Crowe. There's no face shots, but it is him. Trust me. I have a feeling Zeus is going to be one of Gorr's victims, and that will probably be the encounter that introduces Thor and Gorr. There's one shot in particular that looks like it's been lifted straight out of the God Butcher art with extreme detail. This shot of Falagar the Behemoth, with Korg being added to the movie version. So to touch back on trailers being released so close to the movie, We had this as well with No Way Home, and I think with movie marketing, particularly for these kinds of movies, this is just the way it's going to be going forward. It helps generate some extra hype by having people practically begging for the trailer by the time it comes out. It's probably cheaper for marketing as well, only having to pay for 3 months versus 6 months. And Marvel already has a lot on their plate just now anyway, so they probably don't want to muddy the waters too much. They're already marketing Moon Knight, Ms. Marvel, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and now Thor Love and Thunder. It could start to feel like Marvel is all that's out there, and if you ask certain people on Twitter, they would tell you that's the case already, but that's a conversation for another time that we do have to have. And that's all I've got for you. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and that makes sense given that Taika Waititi is back at the helm, and the film looks gorgeous. If only they'd chosen a better song for the trailer. I'm sorry, but in fact I'm not sorry. The guitar always sounds off and the song sucks. Fight me on it. Anyway, what did you think of the trailer? Leave a comment and let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.